So today's video is about how to have amazing sex. Who doesn't want to have amazing sex? Sex is to be embraced and enjoyed, okay? It's the most amazing experience. Some say takes you to nirvana, to the most enlightened spiritual point. So it's really important, number one, that you choose very carefully who you're going to have sex with. Okay, so you're going to meet somebody on the same vibration as you. And sex is not just about the physical, okay? We've had many images are put on us and shown to us on the internet, and it all is very much about physical attraction, physical, interaction and positioning. You know what? To have amazing sex, forget. It's not about the Kama Sutra and how many positions you can get in. It's definitely not about that, which is why I teach Tantra. I learnt with authentic Indians for 4 years some of these techniques, and they're really, really powerful. We don't actually realise we put blockages in the way. Negative experiences block us, okay, with our sexuality. We feel we're not good enough, we're not going to be able to perform well enough, or that sex is bad, it's wrong, it's dirty. These are just some of the beliefs that I see people carrying. So it's really important, first of all, I go in, which is really simple. You can go back and literally clear some of those negative beliefs around sex. So we can do a little bit of that today as well. First of all, I'm going to teach you about Tantra. What is Tantra? So it's the sexual energy that lies often dormant within people because they've blocked out the energy and soul part of sex, and it's just become this physical, sort of like a race to get over the finishing line. So what Tantra does is it slows everything down. So you're taking it back to connecting with your partner on a soul level. It's not just that boom, boom, let's get to the point of orgasm, pressure if you do, pressure if you don't. It's away from all that. It's just reconnecting. So I teach many different techniques. One of them is, to start with, it seems a bit of a funny thing to do before you have sex, but I get people to shake their body. So you're shaking your hands, your feet, you really shake your body, have a little jump up and down. And the reason you do that is to activate all of your energy. And when all the energy is flowing through your body, you're going to have a more heightened sensation in everything you do. So first of all, you're doing a shake and a wake up and an activation for about 5 minutes before you get into bed, which in itself, trust me, it can be a little bit of a giggle. So you're going to do that. And then before you get into bed with your partner, you're going to do some little rituals. First of all, you leave outside of the bedroom any issues or problems that you have. And as we've said before, it was Einstein that actually taught that we will not resolve issues on the same level they're created, okay? And this is really powerful for resolving issues in relationships. Perhaps if you're not communicating well, you've had a few arguments. It's almost like we have these little black clouds sitting in our energy field, and when you come together with your partner, they get fired off and triggered, and you've ever got in that loop of silly arguments or just both not feeling triggering good feelings in each other. So Tantra is really good for healing that as well, as is a fantastic sex. So you leave your issues outside of the room, which you would have a little dustbin, and you write down, you don't need to show your partner, but you would write down a little list of, what's peed you off about them and what's upset you. Write that down on a list and throw it in the bin, because it's not coming into this sacred space. So the setting of the sacred space, it can be the bedroom. It could also be a nice place in the front room where you set some candles perhaps, and you set the scene, some cushions on the floor. So it's a nice comfortable area that you're going to be in. They do say sometimes not to do it in bed, because in bed you're going to anchor to sleep. We sleep in bed, so often the association is, oh, I'm tired, let's go to bed the minute your head hits the pillow. So it's not a bad idea to have a separate playroom kind of thing. So you've got your area set, you've got in the mood, and then what do? You're going in. Now you can be dressed to start with, or you can be naked, it doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable with your partner. And then we're going to begin, after we've done the shaking, just to waken up the body. So we're circling the hips. I can't do it because I'm sitting down, but circling the hips and just getting the rotation of the energy flow going in that area. Because energy gets blocked and it gets stuck to do with our emotional centers down there. So you begin to sort of wiggle the hips and move your hips to really aliven and waken up your sexual energy. That's a process that you just do with yourself initially. You can both be doing it simultaneously, but it's very much about your own process. Okay? And then you've got one hand, so your left hand is better on your groin and your right hand on your chest, and you're just breathing up that light, breathing up golden light, sending love to your erogenous zones, because people don't love their bits enough, and it's really important for you to love your erogenous zones. So you're sending down absolute pure loving light, and you're breathing up all that sensual sexiness up to your heart. The heart is the great transformer of energy. Okay, so we're breathing in and we're breathing out with that lovely feeling for a little bit, maybe about 10, 12 breaths. We're not counting though, because we're fully engaged in the process. So you do that to start with. Then it's time, you've almost begun to awaken. We've heard about the Kundalini energy. Well, over the process of doing Tantra, we'll be slowly awakening that to take you to a whole new level. So you've begun that process there of awakening the serpent within. So then you may take your partner's fingertips, okay? Each of your fingertips relates to your chakras. So your chakras, as most of you know, I'm sure, are your energy points, the main vortex of energy that are pulled in through your system, okay? And each of your fingertips relates to that. So it's not as crazy as it seems. So you're going to put all of your chakras in effect onto just the fingertips of your partner. And you're beginning to move. So you'll move and you begin to just send all of your thoughts, and they can be as clean, dirty, loving, rude, whatever you want. You're sending those thoughts of your sexuality through the end of your fingertips into your partner, and they're doing the same back. And you can be moving slightly. All the focus is on energy flow here, okay? And you can literally then, you can send that energy, because this is how powerful your mind is. You can send that energy down to their erogenous zones to waken them up, visit that serpent. You can send that energy to anywhere you want in their body. Okay, so you both do that with each other. By this time, you're really beginning to feel sensual and awakened. And then another really nice exercise to do is then to stand back to back. Okay, so you're standing back to back. You might have some music playing. You've got the candles lit. You've got this beautiful area. And you begin to awaken that serpent within. Okay, so again, it's standing in yourself, doing that little wiggle of the hips, imagining this serpent inside you is beginning to uncoil. And as the focus is on that, you're breathing up the serpent, and then you become aware of a serpent behind you that wants to play with yours. So you're wiggling your hips together, kind of grinding together on the back. And you can really go for this. So you're not allowed to touch each other at this point. There's no hands allowed, but you're expressing all of those feelings and emotions and everything you can of feeling all part of your partner. Obviously, it's great if you're both naked at this point. But if not, then it's a good time to also get undressed. Okay, and then I'm going to just invite you, that's just a couple of exercises to begin with. The point of Tantra is not to then go, right, we're diving into sex. I mean, I sometimes teach these techniques for over an hour. So you can just step into it and just start doing maybe 15 minutes to start with. But then we'll be building up to doing an hour of these exercises. There's many more. There's like a few hundred to share with you, which I'll definitely be sharing more with you. But that's a really good starting point. And then you might offer your partner a massage. You know, perhaps you just want to, one of you just totally give to the other one, okay? And then I'm going to let your imagination run wild with you as to where you take it from there. But I'm looking forward to hearing, so please do post here your experiences, because once people begin to awaken this energy, they actually have the most powerful orgasms, the most amazing sexual experiences, better than they've ever had before. So I'm looking forward to hearing those reports from you, and then we'll get down to a little bit more Tantra soon. So please share the video. Thank you very much for subscribing, and I'll speak to you soon.